guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. It is recently after Thanksgiving that I'm filming this, so I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. I am so excited for today's video. We are going to be testing out some of the items from the Makeup Revolution and e.l.f. Collaboration. They came out with a ton of stuff for this collection, in my opinion, and I just picked up the things that stood out to me. So I picked up the eyeshadow palette, of course, the highlighter, I picked up the primer, the setting spray, and a lip gloss. I created this makeup look. In today's video, we are going to be doing a demo with these products and then giving like a first impression at the end. I hope that you guys will subscribe if you haven't already, and we're not gonna waste any more time. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. All right guys, so as you can tell, we are starting with a bare face today. I am so excited to try out this collection. I've had it for a little while now. I was waiting until the perfect time to like kind of film this, and I figured with so many people's elves coming back to their house, this just made sense to film now. So we're gonna go ahead and get right in. The first thing that I have to try out is the primer here. So this is the packaging, and this is probably gonna be very blinding just because everything is really reflective as far as the packaging goes. But this retails for $14, and on the side here it's got a little saying, like a quote from the movie, "Santa, oh my god, Santa's coming, I know him." So if you're familiar with the movie, that's like whenever he's working in the mall doing like decorations for Santa coming to the mall. But yeah, I love this movie. It was actually one of the first movies that me and my husband ever saw together, and so it's always just been special to me. I love this movie in general. I like a lot of Will Ferrell movies, like Step Brothers, one of my all-time favorite movies. Is so funny. All right, look at that. So this is what it looks like here. Now, primer isn't one of the steps in makeup that I think is like something you necessarily have to do. Like whenever I'm trying to get out of the door quick, sometimes I definitely skip primer. I think as long as you moisturize your face really well, that you're pretty much good to go. Unless you're trying to find something to like take down shine, or to add shimmer or shine, or to like reduce the size of your pores, and nothing, you know, is actually going to reduce the size of your pores that you can apply topically, but more so kind of like fill in and smooth your pores so they appear smaller or reduced. But there we go. The primer does feel nice. It really just feels like a moisturizer. And it looked like there was a tiny bit of like shine in there. There may be some like pearlescent particles in there. As you can tell, whenever I'm moving it, there is a little bit of shine. And it definitely does look glowy. Doesn't feel like sticky, doesn't feel greasy. It literally just feels like a moisturizer. So I do like that aspect of it. I don't like anything that is too heavy or greasy on my face. And then this is what the actual packaging itself looks like. And this is like a glass bottle here. Love the color. It's a pump. It comes with 0.67 fluid ounces. Most primers I find are generally like an ounce for a full size, but for 14 bucks, I mean, that's a decent price, I guess. All right, and the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and move into the eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and just prime my eyes on camera with you guys if I can find my brush. So I've got my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. As you can tell, it is like the color of my skin. And those go on sale a lot during like the 21 days of beauty sale. So, and they last forever. So if you're ever interested in picking one of those up at a discounted price, that would be my recommendation. Of course, the next one that also we'll be having will be in the springtime. But yeah. So when I'm filming this, Thanksgiving has just passed. Did any of you guys do any Black Friday shopping? Or really, I guess it's really been all week, huh? I know a lot of sales started like on Tuesday, and they have been going all week long. And then of course we're gonna have Cyber Monday, so they're just going to continue. I said I wasn't gonna go into any stores, and I actually went into Dick's and Academy because I was looking for clothes for my son. I feel like clothes, that's something really hard to buy online, you know, because you don't know the material. What's it feel like? How thick is it? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel scratchy? You know what I mean? Y'all, Dick's was a joke. They had like nothing on sale. Nothing at all. I went in there and there was like hardly anybody in there. I was like, is there even a sale going on? And basically the answer is no, not really. I guess they had like a few racks out in the middle of the store, but wasn't anything I wanted. So I don't know. I don't get as excited about Black Friday, you know, in recent years as I did, you know, whenever I was a kid. There's just, I just feel like the sales are not as good because they have stuff on sale like all the time. It's like, there's no reason to like, I don't know. I mean, I know there's some deals on Black Friday where you can get like 50 to 70 or 80% off, but it really, I think, is like, if you're looking for a certain thing, you know what I mean? All right, sorry, I'm rambling. I've had too much coffee this morning. The next thing that we're going into is the eyeshadow palette. I am an eyeshadow hoarder. You guys know this if you watch my channel. I was so excited about this palette. It is the I'm a Cotton-Headed Ninny Muggins palette. How freaking cute. So this is the outer packaging here. Then you flip it around. As you can tell, there are not shade names. The shades are just numbered. And it doesn't really scream Christmas, right? It's really like a colorful palette. You could use this all year long, which is why I love it. I do watch this movie all year long. It's kind of like Christmas Vacation for me, where I bust this out in like June or July because I love the movie so much. And it is a classic in my house. It is one that we watch every single year, multiple times a year. So the palette retails for $18. So let me find it. All right, so this is what the actual palette looks like. It looks just like the outer packaging. Nice, durable, like cardboard package. I would be fine traveling with this. You open it up. You do have, ooh, look at all that stuff on my desk. You do have a nice mirror here. And of course, it's got Buddy the elf's little silhouette. And then these are your shades here. So you've got, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 eyeshadows for $18. And of course, this is a, you know, affordable drugstore makeup brand, so you can use coupons on this brand as well. So $18, you can get $3.50 off at Ulta all the time on orders over $15. So that brings this down to what, $14.50 for 25 eyeshadows. If these perform well, that is a hell of a deal. Now, because of the other stuff that I got with this collection, I feel like I have to go more on like the brown, like neutral type of a route. But when I first opened this palette up, I wanted to put this all over the lid, and then I wanted to put this on the inner corner to like the middle of the eyelid. And I think that would be such a beautiful combination. There are so many beautiful colors in this palette. This purple, this kind of like cool pink taupey type of a color, this dark like grayish purple down here, the bubblegum pink. I wouldn't use that a ton, but in the summertime, just like a pink look. I think that would be really pretty. You've got all kinds of wonderful transition shades in here. I think they did a really good job with that. I love the addition of the green, and then this yellow I think is really fun. These two together would be lovely. Yellow is such a nice color to blend out other shades with. So I really do like the colors that they put into this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some swatches. And then of course it has got, I don't really like how Makeup Revolution does their little covers. They tape them down on here, but you know what, if that's what keeps the price down, then go ahead. But yeah, go ahead and take that off and we will get some swatches. And I'm just gonna go like row by row and I'll just call out the numbers. So this is number 1. It's like my skin tone. That would be a great shade for like blending other shades out. 2, 3. This is that shade that I said I would like to use. Number 4, and look at that topper. If you put that over like any other color, it is just going to transform it. I think that's such a cool shade. And then that is number 5. So you can tell some of these swatch better than others. This one feels like a bit chalky, looks a bit chalky, but I'm sure, you know, putting it on your eyelid is going to be different than a swatch. But yeah, there are the first row. All right, here is 6, 7. That's a fun shade, and that swatched really well. 8, love that shade as well. That was that like purpley silver taupey type of a shade I was talking about. Here is number 9. That didn't swatch the best. And number 10. And this shade here, I don't know if you can see those crumbles in the palette, but that one was like a crumbly shade. 11, 12, 13. Wow, that one swatched really well. 14, 15. All 3 of these swatched amazing. Actually, this whole row, these mattes swatched really well also. All right, then you've got 16, 17, 18, 19, wow, and 20. All of those swatched really well also. 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Those for the most part swatched really well also. This one is just kind of close to my skin tone, and then this one didn't swatch the best, but it is a bright pink. That's a hard color, you know, just to do in general. So all right, so these colors are, you know, coming off very true to color as they are, you know, in real life. And I will say that these shimmers swatched pretty amazing. All of the shimmers. As far as the mattes, the ones that I expected not to swatch the best didn't swatch the best. That would be these 2. This one was really crumbly, and then the pink. Everything else though swatched really well in my opinion. Some of them didn't come off, you know, the best, but that was just because they are more of like light shades, and the ones that I'm talking about are like this shade here, and then this one I thought really didn't come off that dark. I did expect more color from this one, but overall I think they swatched really well. I mean, you saw the swatches in real time, no primer on my hand, nothing like that, just on dry skin. So we are going to go ahead and go in with this palette, and the color that I think I'm going to use as like the star of my look is this shade right here. And again, I said I kind of feel like I have to use kind of the more like brown neutral tones just because of the other stuff that I picked up, but I would love to go into this palette some more and do different looks for you guys. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to do it for you guys. Like this pink, oh my gosh, this purple, the green. This palette really has got some very, very nice colors, and this topper, I've told you guys, I freaking love. All right, I'm gonna pull you in a little bit closer just so you guys can get a close-up look of what I'm doing here. Oh. Y'all, in this palette, look at what it says under the mirror. Does someone need a hug? I think that's whenever he was talking to that to the midget guy, and he was saying, sorry, not midget, dwarf, I guess is what you would, the technical term, but whenever he was calling him like an angry elf, and he was like, does someone need a hug? Y'all, I'm gonna have to watch this movie now. All right, pulling you in. I've got my blender brush. I'm going to go into shade 2, which is right here. And that is a shade that is kind of close to my skin tone. And I'm just going to put that down as like our transition shade. So I'm not really being careful with this. I'm just putting this all throughout the crease. And that actually looks pretty good. Showed up. Blended out nicely, like you don't even see any real like lines, right? So I do like that color. Now I will say, putting a brush into this, there is some kick up. Again, not a big deal for me, just something to note. I'll kind of try to show you if it will pick up on camera. You see that kick up there in the yellow shade here specifically. So it does have a little bit of kick up. All you have to do is blow it away and it's all gone. So not a big deal. Next up, I'm going to go into this little brush right here. This is from Jeffree Star and Morphe. It is the JS6. It's a natural hair brush, which I love. I love natural hair bristle brushes. I just think they apply the product so nicely. But as you can tell, it is a flat brush, but it is fluffy, and I use this brush all the time. I'm going to go into shade, what shade is this? 24, this dark brown here, well, dark-ish, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner and then into the crease. So, pick up a little bit of that. And I'm not even really dusting this stuff off, to be honest with you, just because I want as much pigment as I can. I mean, we don't have any base on or anything right now, so if I make a mess, I am just going to wipe it away. No big deal. But I'm not getting like a lot of fallout either, so just something to note. And this is a nice warm brown shade. I love shades like this. You could literally just put this one shade all over your lid, into your crease, blend it out, and you would have such a gorgeous brown smoky eye. I love looks like that. So yeah guys, this is the darkest shade in the palette, and it's not all that dark, right? So if I had to make a gripe, that would be it. Like, you're not gonna get any deeper than this. So all right, now I'm gonna go in with my finger just like I normally would with shimmer shades, and I'm going to go into shade 23, into that nice gold color. Guys, this is such a nice shade here. Now, I will say you probably just don't want to like over apply these shades. It is a thicker shimmer. So I do feel like if you continuously like add on to it, it could get like creasy and just not look the best, not look the smoothest, if you know what I'm saying. So I would really try to get whatever you were going to do, I would try to do it in one swipe. You know what I mean? Wouldn't continuously like pack and pack on. Now I'm going to go back into this 24 shade here, and I'm just going to build back up that outer corner right there. And then I'm going to take a little fluffy brush here. I'm going to go into that shade as well. And I'm just going to kind of fluff this color very lightly. That same shade, 24. Just fluffing that into the crease, like right where the shimmer connects with that matte. Okay, barely pressing down, barely applied any product. I'm gonna go on with that first blender shade. I'm not adding any additional product. And all I'm gonna do is blend out around the very outer edges. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. You guys have seen me do this 100 times, but I'm gonna do it again. So I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe, fold it. Then I'm gonna fold down one corner. I'm gonna get like a nice tight line. Then I'm gonna put this under my eye. And where my brow ends, that is where I'm putting this. And then I'm just gonna lightly pull up. And that is it. So that is the fallout that would have been on my face had we done the base first. Again though, I didn't really tap off this product. I wanted like as full pigment as I could, and I really wasn't caring just because I have nothing. I have no base on. So I knew I was gonna clean it up. Not a big deal. It wasn't even like bad. It wasn't a lot. So I really like this eye so far, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and we will come back for the rest of the products. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm gonna run you through what I have on the rest of my face. I've got on the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Hydro Foundation in the shade 1.0. I've got on my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in shade 12N, which is fair neutral. Set all that down with my MAC Studio Fix powder. This is in the shade NW13. And then for bronzer, I pulled out one that I have never used before. This is the Too Faced. This is the Chocolate Gold Soleil. So it has got some gold shimmer in there, as you can tell, but it didn't really come off on the cheeks. It is like a warmer tone blush. I mean, not blush, bronzer, but I do love the color that it gave. As you can tell, it's kind of like that reddish bronze, which I just think looks so natural. Now I am gonna like blend out my whole face as I always do, so this will look a little better in the end, but it's got that same wonderful chocolate scent. Such a good formula. Like I said, I didn't see any shimmer reflex on my face, so well, now that I'm looking up on my forehead, I can see a little bit, but it's nothing drastic. I mean, maybe you guys will be able to see. I don't think it looks bad though. It's not like over the top. So, just my opinion. And then for my blush, I pulled out another MAC favorite. This is the Sheer Tone Shimmer Blush in the shade Sunbask. Whew, that is a mouthful. But as you can tell, this is like a nice, like shimmery blush here as well. I love it if you're doing a warm look. This is such a good blush. Love it so much. And let's see what else. I tested out a little sample of the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Medium Brown, which is my shade. It looks pretty dark though, but I guess, I mean, that's about my hair color. I do like this. I think it's a good product just from using it this one time. I am missing a lot of like the front portion of my brows, which you can see. Like, see this part right here? I'm missing that. So I think this is good if you already have your brows. Otherwise, I think, in my personal opinion, that I actually like the pomade itself, as opposed to like the liquid here. So, just my opinion, but I mean, it looks decent. I mean, from far away at least. If you get up close, you know, you can see a little something something right here, but it was easy to apply, and even like missing a good portion of the front of my brows, I don't think it looks too bad. Not my favorite though, but there is that. All right, that catches us up. Let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. So again, I'm just going to keep it super simple. I'm going to go into shade 24 here. And I'm just going to take like this little angled brush that you guys have seen me do my brows with, actually. This is what I use with that pomade. And I'm going to put this just right down here. And I really think that's probably all I'm going to do. I think I'm going to switch brushes and go into this one. Just going to get that on the tip, and I'm going to tap that off. Just because this one I feel like I can blend a little bit more with. Yeah. All right, so there is that. And then I'm gonna take a little pencil brush, and I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is shade 19. And I'm gonna pop that right into the inner corner. And I am tapping this off. We've got on our base. I don't want to fall out on my face. Maybe I want to like a stiffer brush for down here, just because the color didn't show up right there like I really would like. So I'm going to go into like a more compact brush. And then you see how that shows up more. All right. So that's really it for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other eye, curl my lashes, put on my mascara, and then we'll be back to finish up the look. All right, guys, we are back. Got the eyes completed. I just used the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I have been using this ever since I tested it out in that Walk of Shame video. I do really like this mascara. It is a little bit wetter of a formula, and it does, like if you can tell over here, it did clump my lashes a little bit over there, but overall it just gives you these like doll-like fluttery lashes, which I really, really enjoy. So I do really like this mascara in general. All right, moving right along. Next up, we have the highlighter. So this is the little packaging that it comes in. And the product itself looks exactly the same. This is very bulky. It is the same type of packaging that they did the Nightmare Before Christmas in last year, as far as like the width. So these do take up a good bit of space to store, which I really don't like. They definitely did not need to make the packaging this big, but that would be my little complaint about that. All right, this retails for $12, and this is in the shade Buddy. They only have one shade of this, and then whenever you open up the box, it has a little saying in there as well. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And then here is the palette, well, not the palette, but the shade here. And this is like the meter in Santa's sleigh. So, you know, it's got like the little magic meter or whatever. And let's see if I can get this cover off. All right. So again, they've got this like taped down. Got that off. And there you go. Maybe you can see better now. But yeah, so cute little designs. Very, you know, thought through. Goes with the movie for sure. I'm going to go ahead and I'll give you guys a swatch first. So this is it here. And as you can tell, that pink eyeshadow definitely stained. There you go. It is like kind of a golden bronzy champagne type of a shade. It honestly is a little dark, I feel like, for my skin tone. So we shall see. I think I'm going to start off by applying this to the collarbone. I do like the way that it looks like on the body. I'm going to drag this down a little bit. I guess that's not too bad. I'll put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Whatever's left on my chin. Tiny little bit on the tip of my nose. Yeah, this isn't too bad of a shade for me. So if you're my skin tone, if you were any lighter than my skin tone, I don't know that this would work for you. But if you're my skin tone or, you know, deeper, I think this will look really good on you. Now I'm going to take a little tap into that and put that right above my brow, the highest point. Now with a tiny little brush, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put this just right under my brow bone. All right, now I'm going to take just a bare brush, huge brush, and I'm just going to blend the perimeters of my face. And that's what I was talking about, that line wouldn't look so bad whenever I was done. Okay. I do think in general, those shades really work well together. All right, next up, I have got this little lip gloss here. So this is, trying to look at the packaging. The packaging has got world's best coffee. Some diner had that sign in their window, you know, like they would, and he took his girl on a date to get the world's best cup of coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. So I have mine in the shade Best Coffee. And this retails for $10. This is a huge lip gloss, right? There were two other shades. One was a pink, I think, and one was a red. And so this is the one that I chose. Of course, the more like nude one. So this was the reason I was saying that I needed to do like a warm type of a look, because this is a really warm lipstick. This, honestly, is warmer than I was even expecting, but we will go ahead and go in. I think I'm going to go ahead and apply a lip liner. This is just MAC Strip Down, just a classic liner. I'm going to do that real quick and then we'll be right back. All right, because that is a very pigmented lip gloss, I wanted to have some kind of foundation, you know what I mean? All right, so I go ahead and open this up. It smells kind of fruity. Yeah, smells like fruity. That's the best way that I can describe it. Ooh, a lot comes off on this doe foot. Okay, I hope I was not covering up the camera, but yeah, this is the lip gloss here. A ton of product comes up with that doe foot. You definitely just need to pull it out one time. You will not need to dip back in there. Very smooth, doesn't feel sticky at all. I didn't really taste anything. Yeah, I don't really taste anything at all, but it does smell pretty fruity. This is the lip color. I would be very hesitant to pick up one of those darker shades because it is very like liquidy. This is one that will move. It does not like stick down. So I would A, wear a lip liner, highly pigmented, and B, like I said, I would really steer clear probably of those darker shades if it were me. So, all right. And then last we have the setting spray. So this is like a little mini spray. This is the only size they had. This is 1.69 fluid ounces. It is a long stay fixing spray. And this retails for $8. I do like the packaging again, super cute, and it's got like a little gold nozzle on it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a like test spray. All right, not a bad spritzer. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. That kind of smells like cotton candy or something. That smells really good. We are back. This is the finished look. I really like it. I did have one little mishap, which we'll get into. Let's go ahead and start off with these products. So the first thing that we tried out was the primer. This retails for $14. You're getting under an ounce. You're getting like almost 0.7. I think it was like 0.67 fluid ounces. And as you can tell, it is a glass bottle. And this is like a glowy type of a moisturizing primer. It reminds me of like the Becca primers. If you're looking for something like that, I do think this would be a good one for you. The price is right. You can use coupons with that. The thing that I was the most excited about was the eyeshadow palette. This retails for $18 for 25 eyeshadows. I was really impressed with these eyeshadows, and in fact, I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, this reminds me of like the Naked Honey color, the honey shade. So I want to do a swatch of those really quick and just compare those just because I'm interested. So this is that palette there, and I am talking about the shade here. So here is Urban Decay Honey. And then, oh, I guess they're not really that similar, huh? And then this one is the one from Makeup Revolution. So Urban Decay, Makeup Revolution. Not too terribly much of a difference though. Like on the eye, I really wouldn't be able to tell a difference. But yeah, as I had mentioned, all of these shimmers swatched really, really amazing. Love the colors in here. I love that it's not something that you expect with like a Christmas type palette coming out. There are so many fun shades in here. It's not just like warms and, you know, greens and reds. It really is a good, like, unique palette that I am really looking forward to using more. Like I said, I would love to dip into some of these pinks and purples, even that green. So the yellow, you guys let me know. If you want to see more looks with this palette, I would love to do it for you. All right, then we have the highlighter. The only thing I will say about this is the packaging. Why? Why? Makeup Revolution, why? We do not need something this bulky. Having said that, the product itself is gorgeous. Like, look at that glow. You can't deny that glow. Really, really like this product. And that's something that Makeup Revolution does good in general. I'm going to grab one of my all-time favorite highlighters. It is this one right here. I keep it on deck. This is Peach Light. I don't even know if they still sell this anymore. But this is such a good highlighter. And I think it was like $6. So yeah, I mean, just in general, Makeup Revolution does do complexion products really well, in my personal opinion. And this is no different. However, having said that, if you are lighter than my skin tone, probably would only be like an eyeshadow on you. So just something to keep in mind. This again retails for $12. This lip gloss is okay. Not something that like is a standout for me in this collection that I tried. It retails for $10. This would last you forever. You are only going to need to have one pull out of the wand, and you're gonna be able to do your whole lips. Again, I am happy out of the 3 shades that I did pick this one, just because it is a super pigmented lip gloss. And if I would have got one of the deeper shades, I would be paranoid all day. I am glad I wore a lip liner with this, because I do think that this will really move and get around. Yeah, not my favorite from the collection. And then last up that I tried is the setting spray. I actually really enjoyed this, but the mishap that I had came when using this. So I was looking at my finished look whenever I was done, and I don't know if you can tell, but you see this little darkness right here? After I set my face, like, some of my mascara transferred down, which that is like such a pet peeve of mine. Normally, in general, a lot of the times I will set my face before I do my mascara, so you could easily avoid that. But I think there's something in here, because this is like a glowy setting mist, in my opinion. It really did make everything meld together. It added, like I said, some dewiness, and I think whatever is in here that is adding that dewiness is what made that happen, because I have other setting sprays like my Charlotte Tilbury that do not do that whenever I have on my mascara first. Same thing with the KVD Locket, the Ciate. That doesn't happen, so I think it's just something in here. But yeah, I do like this. It smelled like cotton candy. I would say spray this before you put on your mascara. That's it. And that retails for $8. It is a small size. So there you go. All right, out of everything that I tried, the favorite things for me would be the eyeshadow palette, and I would say the setting spray, honestly, because I love the scent of this. I think it's such a unique scent. And then I would say the highlighter, then the primer, and lastly, I would say the lip gloss. That is how I would rank the stuff that I tried. There are a ton of other things in this collection. There's a makeup bag. There is a brush set. There's bath bombs that look like little snowballs, you know, where they have a snowball fight. There is like a bubble bath or something like that, and it looks like a bottle of syrup. If you've watched the movie, Buddy pours syrup all over his spaghetti. It's one of the 3 food groups, and I think that's it. I'm probably missing some other stuff, but yeah, a lot of stuff came out in this collection. I just picked up the things that stood out to me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye, guys.